Hey everybody, it's the return of Hear the Song, Guess the Game, my favorite. It's just a little bit of a pain in the ass to work it out technically, but I've figured it out, and we're going to do it. This is the Dreamcast edition, because Matt is a professed Dreamcast lover. Dreamcast makes him woo. I like the Dreamcast. The only thing I didn't like about the Dreamcast, that sound it made when you turn the power on, that high-pitched beep, that was irritating as hell.
You should have included that as an audio sample.
I'll do that. I'll put that in post every time you get something wrong.
Okay.
All right, so this first one is a little practice round just to show you how it goes. So I'll play the song. All right, we hear it. And you at home are trying to guess this faster than American Matt, Dreamcast lover. So we all know that this is... Say it.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
That's right.
But of course.
And which stage is that?
That's this plays when you're selecting your character.
Yeah, it was a bit of a trick question. I was trying to screw with you. Okay, we're going to be going through a whole bunch of Dreamcast games. I think I got about 15 or so.
Oh, man.
We'll go until we aren't having any fun.
This will be tough, because Dreamcast was one of my favorite consoles, but I only owned and really played about 6 or 7 games, and then the rest were just demos out the butt.
You know, I kept that in mind, so the ones that I thought maybe were more of like demo games that people wouldn't have played, I picked something real obvious like either main menu, title screen, or a song that I felt evoked that game.
Cool.
So, let's start off with, I'm not going to give any hints. Oh, and at home, if you want to, I wouldn't say it's cheating to look at a list of the Dreamcast games, and then you at least have something to draw from. But, all right, let's start off.
Is this Samba de Amigo?
That is right. I'll give you a bonus point if you can name the song.
Oh, hell no. I have no idea.
Yeah. It's called Vamos a Carnaval. All right, that was pretty quick. All right, let's bring it down a bit.
Okay. Is it Shenmue?
That's right. Wow, nice. Do you know where this plays? Ooh.
I'm waiting for some kind of flute to break in.
And do you know which Shenmue this is from?
I'm going to give it a second. I mean, this is the main theme.
That's
I'm
right.
going to say Shenmue. Yeah.
Shenmue main theme.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ambient music in that game. There are actually playlists on the YouTube dedicated to just like dozens of calming Shenmue tracks and Echo the Dolphin tracks for people to just chill out to. Shenmue.
Up on the YouTube.
I loved that game, but I loved it because it was so hilarious. It was such a funny kind of B movie, and like riding a forklift around and asking people where sailors are and being a jerk to that girl and petting a cat. It wasn't that's what I'm thinking with Shenmue 3. Like I like Shenmue for the wrong reasons. And it seems like all these people are freaking out with reaction videos. It's like they really care about the story, you know? And I cared about it. It was fun enough, but I had more fun watching him. I mean, there was like a 2-minute animation of him drinking a pop. He bought a soda and just him going, ah.
That's what I loved.
Yeah.
I liked the I saw it as like a life simulator, like a Japanese life simulator and a bad boyfriend simulator. That's what the game was to me, really.
But will that hold up now? Because that was really intriguing at the time. These huge cities, lots of NPCs, looking at the time to know when you have to go to your stupid job. I don't know if people like that stuff anymore. I think we got burned out on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure I don't know what they would focus on, really. I don't know what the big selling point would be, the third one, because you're right. The first one, it was the dynamic weather. It was the fact that they actually had the weather pattern from this place in Japan in like 1982 or whatever, 1986. They had the actual weather patterns, and every NPC had their schedules, and you could go to an arcade, you could open drawers and turn lights off and on, and that was really groundbreaking back then. But now I'm not sure. I don't know what they'll do. And the combat system was really cool. Maybe they can really play that up, because there was like 300 different moves.
Right. I mean, that game reminded me of being around the school, on the playground with your friends and being like, wow, why don't they make a game that has the story of this and the fighting of Street Fighter? And they did it. That was one of the first times I think they actually just combined all that crap together. So, all right, let's pick it up a bit. Here we go.
Damn.
Very 90s.
Yeah. I'm gonna need a hint.
All right. Very, very huge franchise that's actually making a return.
Street Fighter?
Nope. It's a shooter. Very important shooter in its time. It was all about where the weapons spawned.
Oh, Quake.
That's right. This is Arena, track 1. There you go. That took you a while. I bet you there's at least one viewer out there.
Oh, I hope so.
Out of our 30 that beat you.
Dude, for how fast-paced and like accurate you have to be in Quake and how intense the gameplay is, I'm just trying to imagine going back to a single joystick on the Dreamcast and making that work.
Yeah. How did you aim in that game?
I honestly don't know.
Whoa.
Whoa, indeed.
That blew my
Maybe
mind.
it could have been one of those things where you hold Y to go forward, and then
yeah,
you
that would
ha-
make sense. So
you
it'd
have
just
like
be
back and forward on the
backwards.
face buttons.
Right. I mean, because GoldenEye did it in a way on the N64 controller, but you would have to stop if you actually wanted to aim.
Yeah.
I mean, Quake is not about auto aim. Quake was about serious skill.
Right. Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. Oh, I really like this one. It's a grower. Just wait a second.
My God.
Fighting game.
2D or 3D?
Beautiful 2D. That sounds like a Castlevania song.
Was it a Darkstalkers?
Nope. Made by I think they still make these. It was a very like over the top, wild, two-dimensional game, huge combos.
Not Guilty Gear. Was it
Yes.
Guilty Gear?
Yeah, Guilty Gear.
Aha.
Guilty Gear X. That song's called Holy Orders, so I'll be looking up some YouTube versions of metalheads playing that.
They are still making Guilty Gear games, and they do feature still some of the best sprite animations and 2D art ever.
Yeah, I don't know why they get rid of that. I guess it's just expensive. It takes time because you have to do all the different frames, but it just looks so good.
Skullgirls is the only series I've really seen surpass Guilty Gear as far as like 2D and sprite animation goes. The Skullgirls fighting games are just incredibly drawn and animated.
Never played one.
They're really good. I mean, you should look up. They're a little over the top, a little risque. Definitely TNA, like trying to appeal to teenage dudes. There's a lot of boobies hanging out and short skirts that are just below the crotch, and but it's seriously like a really deep, hard.
Yeah, those are the words you choose.
Yeah, I'm not helping my case at all. It's a really well crafted and finely tuned 2D fighting game, and very, very competitive. People say it's one of the hardest fighting games out there, but it's really rewarding too. And the characters are extremely unique and like I said, just rigorously drawn, and I think hand animated as well. So
I'm sure those pervy guys love hand animating all that.
Frame by frame, yeah.
I draw the skirt on last.
Right.
Moving on. I wasn't expecting to hear this one in this soundtrack.
Any hints?
It's a platformer. Very light, happy game. There weren't as many platformers around this time. They still.
I mean, I immediately want to think Sonic.
Nope. Way less obnoxious than Sonic. Whoa.
Could it have been a Rayman game?
That's right. Can you guess which one?
No, I can't.
Rayman 2, The Great Escape.
Okay.
Sweet track. It's called The Woods.
That was a pretty sweet track. This Dreamcast had these games had incredible soundtracks. All this music has been awesome.
Yeah. I'm going to play something a little freaky for you now. So much to choose from. No, I know what I'm going to play for you. This one's only 29 seconds long. This was on a demo disc.
Give me a genre.
Novelty. Novelty fun.
Seaman?
Close. This was, I don't think you're going to get this one. It's called Hoyle Casino.
Oh, yep. Never would have guessed that.
Casino game. There you go. Maybe somebody got you on that one.
You know what? I do remember, I don't know, I think it was this game. I remember a casino game coming out on Dreamcast that was featured on one of the ODCM official Dreamcast magazine's demo discs, and it got reviewed, and it got like a 2. Like it was a terrible, terrible game.
You got to be pretty bad to get a 2 in your casino game. You barely, you just have to show up, really. You just have the games.
Yeah. Right.
That's awful. All right, let's go.
So much going on. This composer was so bored.
It sounds like the composer is so pissed at the director, and they're like, could you just make it a little more interesting? Oh, really? Yeah. Here you go. This is a game I did a Let's Play of on the channel. I know you're a big fan of my Let's Plays, so this should be easy for you.
Dreamcast game, huh?
Well, actually, I played it on the PSX. This was a game that came out when sort of a new genre appeared, and then all of a sudden everybody wanted to make them. And on the PlayStation, there are a lot of games in this genre. A little more mature, a little more cinematic. And this was, I think, Capcom might have made this one, and they brought this genre back, or maybe I would say they started this genre on home consoles, on the PlayStation.
So mysterious. How I have no idea. And I'm even just trying to think back to your Let's Plays, and I'm thinking like Metal Gear Solid and Ape Escape and.
The main character is a woman. She's got red hair.
Oh, Dino Crisis?
Dino Crisis. This track is called Raptor Attack.
Oh my gosh.
Makes more sense though, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough notes.
That is hilarious. I mean, that is just like arbitrarily complex and like was so. I mean, it's just that was so convoluted as a piece. I guess if it's playing in the background as you're getting chased by raptors, I guess that works.
All right.
Is this an RPG or a fighting game?
Fighting game.
Power Stone?
Nope. It does sound like an off-brand Final Fantasy, but that's not a hint of what the game is. Fighting game on the Dreamcast.
Super popular fighting game on Dreamcast?
Yeah, real popular.
3D.
3 dimensions.
Soul Calibur.
It is Soul Calibur.
Aha.
I think it's just like the main theme or something.
Sure. I never, for as much as I love Soul Calibur 4, I never actually owned the first Soul Calibur.
Oh, well. I put this one in for you because I know you were always talking about it, and
Yeah.
you were pretty obsessed with Soul Calibur for a while.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Still am. Or I would be, rather, if it was playable.
All right, everybody, this is Lightning Round. Lightning Round. Get ready. You got to be fast for this one.
Jack Ryan Radio.
Sorry, it's Jet Set Radio.
It's not in America, punk.
Oh, really? Is Jet Set the Japanese way?
Yeah.
They had to toughen it up for you Americans. Jet Set's good.
I'm trying to...
Do you know the name of the track?
I'm really... I really want to call it out.
Sounds like something Lucio would be pumping.
Yeah. I remember this track because it plays the first time you recruit Graham and you're skating around in a sewer. And when this synth comes in,
Yeah.
I remember being so blown away. I thought it was just going to be kind of like a banging, a real percussive, and then that real heady synth pops in.
Is he busting your balls?
Huh? Graham?
Yeah.
He's trying.
Well, this track is called Ball Breakers.
Okay.
How about
Yeah,
this? How about this one?
Something brother. Guitar song?
This is another Jet Set song.
Or is that the artist? Is it Guitar Vader?
It's called Magical Girl.
Hmm.
Good tracks.
Yeah.
All right, and one more Jet Set just for fun.
Super Brother.
That's right. You got it. Third time's a charm.
I think that one's Guitar Vader.
Okay, moving on.
Great soundtrack. One of the greatest video game soundtracks. I'm gonna say it. Best game soundtrack ever.
Better.
That's not like orchestral.
Oh, you mean as in like an actual soundtrack, not a score?
Yeah, like the best.
When picking licensed songs, better than Grand Theft Auto's.
Well, a lot of them were original. For that
Oh,
last
really?
one wasn't. But Hideki Naganuma produced and composed most of the music in the game.
Right.
And there was a handful of licensed tracks, but most of it was his work. And just a fantastic. I wish I was at my house. I have the Jet Set Radio and Jet Set Radio Future soundtracks on CD in that room, and I swear, I mean, they're on my iPod, and I still very regularly load those up to listen to when I'm driving around. Just awesome soundtracks.
Just running skateboarders over.
Right.
All right, let's move on.
This is so pleasant. Is this from Sonic Adventure?
That's right. Sonic Adventure DX. It's called Windy Valley. There are a lot of tracks on that one that I was going through them all, and they're like real heavy metal, in your face, obnoxious, that annoying part of Sonic. This is the nicest one I could find. This sounds like something's ending.
Yeah.
Ending credits. This is the sound
There's
of it.
that. That instrument in the background is very like
the harmonica?
16-bit Final Fantasy, yeah.
Yeah, that didn't sound great. All right, let's change up the tone a little.
Is this from a shooting game?
It is a shooting game.
A Resident Evil game?
Nope. Close. In a way. It was an arcade port.
Time Crisis?
Very close. Let me play the beginning of it, because I think the first notes belie the genre better.
Did I already say House of the Dead?
You didn't. And you are right. House of the Dead,
House of the Dead 2.
Chapter 1.
What did I said Resident Evil. House of the Dead is totally what I was thinking of. Because I was going to say House of the Dead, and if it wasn't, I was going to say Typing of the Dead. The Typing of the Dead was like a huge game on Dreamcast, and it was such a big deal that you could plug up that little keyboard, and it was just so goofy, but so...
if they had those in school, you'd have all these kids, man, that would be so great at typing. House of the Dead. Yeah, that's probably... I knew that's what you meant when you said shooting game, and then Resident Evil.
House of the Dead 2 was the only reason that any Dreamcast owner had a light gun, and it was pretty much the only thing you used the light gun for. They didn't really come out with any other great games to use that with.
There was, if you play Hideo Kojima's Snatcher, the graphic novel cyberpunk Blade Runner game on the Sega CD, you play most of the game with the D-pad, going like graphic novel, choosing things to say, things to investigate. And then whenever there's a shooting section, you have to like grab the light gun and bring it up, almost like you're pulling it out of your holster, like a real cop.
Oh, that's cool.
And if you don't have that, they have a grid and you can shoot with the D-pad, and it's still pretty fun. That's a great game, and that game still holds up. One of his earliest after he made the first Metal Gear. Moving on.
That sounds like a Resident Evil.
That's what it is. Do you remember the name of the Resident Evil on Dreamcast?
Is it Code Veronica?
That's right.
Great game. So I hear.
Yeah, I think that was when... I think 1, 2, and Code Veronica were still pretty good.
Yeah.
4 was a big leap forward. 5 had its moments. Okay.
What the hell?
This game had beautiful animation.
This wouldn't be Space Channel 5, would it?
Nope. Does start with an S, though.
Genre?
Fighting game. Probably the best animation hand-drawn of the series, and it's a very long-running series. A lot of people say this was the pinnacle. It was a little more of a realistic tone they went for, and maybe a little, almost like comic booky realism. A little more
a Street Fighter game?
Yeah.
Alpha 3?
No, this was Street Fighter.
Dude, they went all out for this one.
Street Fighter 3.
Okay.
That's from Third Strike.
Added that Alpha in there for fun, huh?
Yeah, I liked Alpha. It was a little more casual, and I liked the anime style of it. It looked like the movie, the animated movie. But Third Strike was apparently like that was the hardcore one, and it just looked beautiful, and it was so fluid.
That song was awesome.
Yeah, this sounds like a YouTuber rapping, doing that Street Fighter rap. All right.
Nice.
Let's, I got a whole bunch more, so we'll keep going. This sounds like turning on the Dreamcast.
Right off the bat, I want to say Echo the Dolphin.
You are right. Echo the Dolphin, defender of the future.
That was one demo I played a lot of. This was a really strangely enticing game. For a lot of the same reasons that Wave Race 64 was like really like the water and like fluid mechanics of movement. They really nailed that very fluid and free feeling movement, and it was the same thing in Echo the Dolphin. It was just so much fun to float and zoom around and pop out of the water and dive back in, and it was just it felt very futuristic.
I know that game company has made Flow is sort of like an underwater game, but I think of them, with flying around in Flower or Journey. I'd love to see them do another underwater game, or maybe a space game or time traveling game. I can't wait for their next game, man. Those guys are just so good. Journey was on sale again too in the UK.
Yeah, I saw that.
But that's a game you could just put on anytime. All right. A little different.
Sounds like something out of Hot Shots Golf.
It's a type of sport.
A type of sport?
Yeah. I mean, not your. I don't know if you. It's a physical activity that people compete in.
Is it a racing game?
It's a racing game.
Is it part of a series?
Yep.
Is it like a realistic or?
Very realistic. Arcade port. Those big cabinets seems to get into. I think this one even had the force feedback on the wheel in the arcade where as you turn, it was harder to turn it.
I'm trying to think.
Really realistic. Like almost boringly realistic compared to most of the other racers out there.
Is it a Ridge Racer?
Nope. Close
I
though.
can't remember if Ridge Racer came to. Sega GT?
Nope. Right turn, left turn, left turn. That's Sega GT. This.
Well, it's not a Daytona.
It is.
It's not. It is
Daytona USA 2001.
Oh man, I think of that as like super arcadey.
Okay. All right. Well,
Like I just remember like just zooming around, like not worrying about bumping into anybody, and
oh well, I misled you.
That's okay.
We'll blame it on that. All right. Let's go sky high. That's all you get. Want to hear it again?
genre, please.
Fighting.
Is this one Power Stone?
Nope. And talk about your controversial series.
Controversial what?
Controversial series. They've gone on to make different versions of different genres in the same universe. Real pervy developers. Real pervy.
What the heck are you talking about?
Here, I'm going to do an impersonation of an object in the game.
Okay.
But there would be another one beside me. I'm the floating boobs in Dead or Alive.
Ah.
The boob
Okay.
physics.
Gotcha.
That was from Dead or Alive 2.
Okay, yeah, they have gotten pretty pervy, haven't they?
Yeah. It was even the first one was known for its boobs. All right, let's switch it up completely. %, perv. Well, actually, I don't know. I've never played this game.
RPG?
RPG.
Does it involve pirates?
I'm going to guess yes, but I've never played this.
Like Sky Pirates?
Yeah.
Skies of Arcadia?
That's right. That's the title theme. Good game?
Don't know.
Neat.
I only played a little bit of it.
All right.
Like Grandia 2. I've started Grandia 2 like 5 times, but never actually played through it.
I just grabbed that PS2 one that came to PS4, Rogue Galaxy or Rebel Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
Cool start,
Galaxy.
but it's hard to go back to PS2 games. It's hard to get that momentum in it, but it had some pretty interesting systems. Okay.
Is this Choo Choo Rocket?
That's right.
Damn, this music is so good. I loved this demo.
Yeah, it sounds like a band of gerbils.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
God, it's like
Man, that takes me back.
you don't hear this kind of music in AAA games anymore. That's the great thing about how we have that whole indie side of it too, to keep this stuff alive. The people that grew up with this kind of music in these games, keep making games that have that character and that originality. So it's not just AAA games that are like watered down Hans Zimmer scores. This one might be tough.
Free trip. Sounds like something that would be in a 2D game for sure.
No, 3 dimensions. This was actually an arcade port as well.
Genre?
It's a type of combat shooter action. I could be a little misleading with that, but I think I remember playing an arcade of this, and it was one-on-one battles. Kind of like a fighting game, but really free roaming and your combatants are very large. Virtual On. Mech game. Mech flyer shooter.
Okay. That's cool.
There you go. Cool. That's cool stuff. Oh, we're getting down to the nitty gritty.
Uh-oh.
I want to make sure I end on a nice one.
Is this Virtua Tennis?
Yeah. Your quickest one so far.
And you know what? That immediate response is just from spending hours playing that demo. You had 2 tennis guys. You had 2 characters to choose from, and you could only play one match. But I played that demo so many times. It's so much fun.
Yeah, that was a killer game. They just nailed. Tennis should be an easy game to do as a video game. And you don't see a lot of it, actually. But it's like great. And the Dreamcast with its 4 controller ports. Tennis was pretty popular around that time, too.
Yeah, and it just felt perfect.
All right, let's go with... I don't know what genre this is.
You don't know what genre this is?
No, I wouldn't know how to describe it. Quirky. And it's one you previously guessed.
A Seaman?
No. I don't know if Seaman even had music.
I'm trying to. I can't remember another quirky game I guessed already.
Very Japanese game. I think I don't know if they still make them. I don't know how to give hints for it because I don't know what it is really. I've even played it before and.
And I guessed it?
Yeah.
Do you remember which game we were listening to when I guessed it?
No. Maybe Dead or Alive, I think.
Oh, Power Stone?
No. It is not Power Stone.
Is it 2D or 3D?
3Ds. Wanna know it?
I wish I could have like one good giveaway hint.
I'm gonna give you a countdown. That is also a hint. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Space Channel 5.
Okay. Gotcha.
There you go. All right, let's head on. This is a weird one. One of the games to make use of the modem.
It's an RPG?
Yeah.
Phantasy Star Online?
That's right, Phantasy Star Online.
Oh man, I didn't recognize that music at all.
You never played that one?
I rented it and thought I was going to get in really big trouble for going online with my Dreamcast because I didn't know if it was going to like charge us or not.
Right.
I just hooked it up and connected.
I called the video game tips hotline and tried to get codes for a game. And that cost a lot of money. And my dad, how he said my name when he saw the phone bill. He's pretty pissed. I was trying to play Command & Conquer Red Alert with a friend, and I was trying to explain it to my stepmom. I was like, hey, do you mind if I play this thing on the phone once everyone's gone to sleep? You know, because she had a real strict no phone calls after 9 p.m. So I'm like, how about at like 9:30 or 10? I'll play a game. She's like, what? No internet. We're not paying for the internet. I'm like, no, it doesn't cost anything. You just... But once I explained to her what a modem is, she just looked at me and she's like, tried to think about it, and then she goes, no. Computers making phone calls? No way. And that was the end of that.
That does sound pretty fishy.
But if you got a hankering for some Command & Conquer Red Alert, you can download a pretty easy app. These people have been keeping it alive. Me and Matt have keep meaning to get a game in. And you can download like a version on your Mac and play against somebody on a PC. And you can play any of the Command & Conquer games, the older ones. And it's pretty sweet. We've got, I think, one more here. Actually, two more. I hope I picked the right one. These last two are both racing games. I've never heard of this game, actually. This might be a really tough one, but I saw it on one of the demos.
Is it San Francisco Rush 2049?
Nope. Three words in the title. The last two words are the name of a game that I had for the PlayStation. That was a racing game. That was a Mario Kart knockoff. That also came out of the Super Nintendo. You would race as a sumo wrestler, a guy from India. Those are the last two words of this three-word title. The first word is the name of a very, very old movie, one of the premier sci-fi movies in the silent film era, about the class divide between rich and poor, and factories and artificial intelligence.
Yeah. The Head and the Heart, whatever.
Yeah.
Shoot, what was the name of that movie? Metropolis.
That's right. So that's the first word of this one. And then the next...
Ooh, I have no idea.
Metropolis Street Racer.
Okay.
Never heard of that one. All right, we're going to end on one you've heard of.
Is that the 2049?
That's right.
Is it San Francisco Rush 2049?
That's right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this was one of the most fun demos.
It had totally different physics at the time.
Yeah.
And those big
very
jumps.
Floaty.
Yeah. Floaty, but really heavy, too. Really felt when you landed on the ground.
Yeah, oftentimes you would explode on impact.
Yeah. It was a real crazy mix of sim and arcade.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I had so much fun with this demo. This is the same demo disc that Virtua Tennis was on.
Wow, that was your party playlist. Put on that Dreamcast demo. All right, well, that is it.
That was a challenging round for a console that I love so much.
Yeah, I think because when you're only doing the one that didn't have a lot of games, you end up going into a lot of the deeper games, right?
And I was just younger, so I didn't. And I was younger, so I couldn't buy my own games. And the lifespan of the Dreamcast was short enough to where, just the ones I actually got were few and far between.
Well, next time we'll be doing one of these a week, and next week we're going to be doing. We did Super Nintendo versus Genesis on the first one, so I'm thinking it's time for maybe a PlayStation versus N64. Form Blue Air. I mean, those we could do an episode each of just PlayStation and just
That's
N64. So maybe we could do like a PlayStation versus N64 round 1 and round 2 maybe, because there's so many good ones. And I could maybe even throw in some Sega Saturn ones too.
Or maybe I need to do that one for you.
Hey, what, the Sega Saturn or just the next round?
Sega Saturn. I never owned a Sega Saturn.
Yeah, I didn't either. I mean, who did?
Oh.
I played one a few times. I remember looking longingly at their version of X-Men versus Street Fighter, because you could have the actual 4 characters. And also, they had a great wrestling game, Fire Pro S. Yeah, the great Japanese 2-dimensional wrestling games. You could have 6 guys in the ring at the same time. Just so much better than any other wrestling games out. All right, everybody. That was the Dreamcast version of Hear the Music, Guess the Game. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
That was a lot of sandwiches.